this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
Soy rabbit hole, man. And that is explaining so much of why the world is in the fucking mess that it's in.
What rabbit hole? Sorry.
The soy, like soy milk.
Oh, really?
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh,
We've got
man.
quite a lot of posts going on there.
Yeah, it's true. The soy milk, man, it's basic. It's not directly estrogen, but it's essentially estrogen, and and it's a lot, a crazy amount of estrogen in soy milk, and so these people that are feeding that, so apparently like one bottle, so people that give their kids soy baby formula, one bottle of baby formula, soy-based baby formula, has the same estrogen content as 5 what's the pill called? Contraception pills. The pill.
Oh.
Because that's how they work. You
know
how contraception works. Yeah, those little pills. They essentially trick. They trick the lady's body into thinking that it's pregnant, I believe, by upping estrogen levels, and so then your hormones readapt and cancel out the period, and it's something like that. It's the fertility finishes. I don't know exactly, but I know that it's someone in the comments is going to roast me up about it and tell me how it works. But what I do know is that it's all hormone levels, so they change your hormones, and essentially it's soy milk has a ridiculous amount of all that shit in it. And so there's reasoning behind children having, especially girls, having early puberty. But essentially, what they're saying it does, if you overload a child with estrogen, it makes boys way more feminine, and it makes girls a lot more masculated. So, and that's what's happening with the world. It makes boys infertile, or it takes away a lot of their fertility. It changes everything. So apparently, in the first couple of months of being born, boys have a huge spike in testosterone. What it is, it's for their reproductive organs, and essentially it's the thing that pushes them into being a boy for the rest of their life. Ways of thinking, ways about going down things, blah blah blah. If you're feeding your boy soy formula, it is essentially cutting their testosterone at those levels down by 70%. Look at you.
That's my clone. All right, I'm getting out of this.
Get off that one and we'll finish. Yeah, I can get rid of you. There you go. So what they were saying was those boys, when they get their massive spike of testosterone, it can be as much as an adult male's testosterone levels at that age. It's a huge spike for a little kid, but it's very extremely necessary. It's only for a short time in their life. If they're eating soy formula, it can cut it down by 70%. So 70% is going to completely stop their sexual organs development. It's going to stop their male orientation in their brain and ways of thinking, and it's going to keep them in a perpetual state of half maturity until they even get into puberty, and then they wonder why these boys are being born feeling like they're in the wrong body. I feel like I was born a girl.
So do you think
maybe it's not the cause of all of them? It's a cause of a lot of them.
But is that supplements when they're at an early age?
People that don't want. So here you go. So most soy, corn, GMO. It's a lot of the GMO stuff. It's pushing down people's essentially their own hormones and their development. But I mean, there's going to be a knock-on effect with that. If you're a baby, say you're a baby and your parents gave you the soy and you didn't really quite get there.
Sorry, I'm laughing, for fuck's sake. Tom went full soy on fake Rona.
If you like, there's going to be a knock-on effect if you're never like developed enough and you do end up having kids, then you're going to pass on your genes of bugger all development. That's how having kids works. They take on whatever you've done. They take your shit and essentially, you mix it with your missus or whoever you've impregnated, and it's a mixture of DNAs. It's very scary. Once again, it's playing God. It's like fucking with the weather. I don't like it. So anyway, I'm really, really happy because back a long time ago, my missus, as we've talked about, she has, dietary problems, and she's just recently realised that it's a little bit of some sort of, they're saying it's a little bit Crohn's, a little bit like Crohn's.
Oh, really?
Oh, by the way, thank you.
My nephew had that.
I've had a few people reach out and send me some messages with some stuff. I really appreciate it. That's really awesome. But when she first started having problems with her stomach and eating and all that sort of shit, she was working at a cafe and she was having a lot of coffee at the time. She said, "Oh man, I think it's the milk. I got to pull off milk." So she went on to soy, but she was only on soy for a couple of, like a week, and she went, "This stuff is fucked and it makes me feel so sick." She started getting insane pains in the stomach. And so she then went on to almond milk, and she stayed on almond milk for a while. But I'm hearing also that the almond milk's not that good either. She's now on oat milk, and oat milk's not really
I thought
that
it was
good
all
either.
supposed to be better for you, especially the vegetarians.
It depends. It depends on how much you drink. It depends on where you're getting it from and what's in it. Like everything, right? So she's on oat milk at the moment, but I checked, and all the doom and gloom stories I've heard about oat milk, mostly from the US, where they put a lot of sugar and additives and fucked shit in their oat milk. In Australia, it's pretty much oat milk. Victoria's nailed it there. Goat milk is, but unfortunately, try to buy some goat milk. It's insanely expensive. Or unpasteurized cow's milk. Yep, if you make your almond milk yourself, it's good for you. And look, if you make your own, I don't like calling it milk because it's nut juice. It's not milk, it's juice. If you make your own nut juice, it's going to be good for you, depending on the nuts, I guess. But a lot of nuts have trace amounts of cyanide in them. I just don't think drinking liters and liters of fucking nut juice is very good.
You shouldn't be eating a lot of like too many nuts because I think it's walnuts can contain cyanide.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. So look, Heather said, get some goats and cows. That's the dream, man. I can't wait to own a block and have enough room to have some goats and cows. I will milk them. I want to get fresh milk and make real kefir. Michael says his nut juice is good. I've heard it's organic.